Greetings traders, this is Coach Robert with another episode of TopstepX in 5 minutes or less. In this video, we will demonstrate a sample layout that you could possibly use for trend trading. First, we want to make sure that we are using a new layout, so whichever layout we're on, we just click the plus sign, save it as a new layout. I called it trend trading, and now we can modify the layout, and this is the layout of the entire TopstepX platform, all of the components. Once we have a new layout, set it up like this by adding the components, by using the plus sign, and make it fit on your screen in your best view. Second, we have chart layouts. This is just for the charting area. Whatever chart layout we're on, we can make a copy of it, rename it. I named mine trend charts. That way there, when we make changes, it won't affect the previous layout we were using. And we can go back very easily, click on layout, and we can choose anything that we've used in the past. I'm choosing this layout with a chart on top and a different chart on the bottom. The top is a 500 tick chart. I'm showing YM at this point. And the bottom is a minute chart. For trends, I'm using Heikin Ashi candles. Now what they do is they hopefully keep you in the trend longer based on the Heikin Ashi formula. For example, take a look at this area. We have 2 green, 1 red, and then a series of green before it drops off. If I change this back to regular candles, we can see that we may have a directional change or a change of mind. It's going a different direction, but using Heikin Ashi candles, it smooths that out and it potentially helps to keep us in the trend longer. The 500 tick chart is just so we have a more granular look at what is going on. I'm also using a couple of different indicators here. This one is called Super Trend. Click on indicators and we can just search in the search box or scroll down to select it. And on the Super Trend, I have it looking back a period of 20. Now these are tick charts, so they're not dependent on time. They're only dependent on how much ticks are processed up and down for movement. So the 20 period length here, it's going to count 20 candles, but that time could be 5 minutes or it could be an hour and a half because they are not time based. I'm also using a factor of 2. The wider I make this factor, the further away you'll see the lines get. I like to keep it a little close so I can see where the trend is going, and then once it changes color and breaks down, we can change direction. We can confirm that by watching the Heikin Ashi candles and hopefully keeping us in the trend longer. The other indicator I'm using is called DMI. It's a directional index. I'm matching the length of 20 with the smoothing of 20, so it matches the super trend look back also. And we can double click the chart and it will just take the indicators off, double click, and it comes back. And these charts are adjustable to give us the best view possible. Now keep in mind that these settings are not set in stone. They are going to change based on the instrument you're trading, based on the time frame you're trading, and based on possibly your account size and your risk tolerance. I simply have an order panel on the right. I want to be able to monitor my positions. I have my accounts so I could see if there's an open P&L or not. Potentially looking at a different instrument and forgetting that the trade is on, you can very easily see it in the open P&L. And then I have the orders panel down here, which will show me any orders that I have pending, so I know that if I'm going to cancel everything and flatten everything before I shut down for the day, I can very easily see my orders here, very easily see my open P&Ls or any positions that are open. Now I modified this DMI slightly, and this is basically the strength of a trend, the strength of direction, directional index. What I did was I made the back of it, let me pull this up again, I made the DI plus green, DI minus red, and this is the ADX, that's the average directional index. It's just the strength of the trend. So when I see the greens starting to push up here, like this, and then I have it breaking over the super trend, and I'm starting to see these Heikin Ashi candles maintain green, that's a possible entry for a long, and then we can see it starts to slow down, the DI minus starts to pick up. We have it crossing here. And as we can see, we just started to cross down. And by moving the mouse in this area, we can see that it is right over the Heiken Ashis as they started to go down. So hopefully this gives you a little insight as to a possible setup you can use for trend trading on TopstepX.